This 17th century Dutch-style water garden is the only example of its kind in the country, and even on a day like today when it's a little bit damp, a little bit drizzly, the charm and the warmth always shines through. This is Westbury Court Garden. Westbury Court Garden is located in Westbury-on-Severn, Gloucestershire, roughly around 9 miles southwest of the city of Gloucester. This 17th century Dutch water garden is a rare example of its kind, being the most complete example in the country. Owned by the National Trust since 1967, the water garden offers its visitors a place of escapism, the perfect retreat of peace and tranquility. The garden was created by the owner of Westbury Court, Maynard Colchester, between 1697 and 1705. After Colchester's death in 1715, the garden continued to be developed by his nephew and heir, Maynard Colchester II. It was during this period further additions of the summer house and walled garden were thought to have developed. Sadly, during the 1740s, the demolition of the late Elizabethan manor house that stood on the grounds at Westbury Court took place. This was replaced by a Palladian mansion, and later by a 19th century country house. Despite the manor house or Palladian mansion no longer in existence, the garden itself has many eye-catching and beautiful features for visitors to explore. Dutch water gardens became increasingly popular during the latter part of the 17th century. They were distinguished by their efficient use of space, and in many leading examples, the use of topiary and small canals. With its canals lined with both yew and holly topiary, Westbury Court Garden is a fine example of this style and really showcases these features. At over 130 metres long, its canal features a Dutch-style red brick pavilion at one end, with a large iron gate at the other. The surrounding landscape is relatively level, which is best suited to this Dutch-style garden, but also allows the canal and garden to seemingly extend much further on. Certainly an impressive sight. As you walk towards the walled garden, you'll discover the summer house, which features original engravings by Johannes Kip. Johannes Kip was a Dutch engraver and print dealer. He made a speciality of engraved views of English country houses. His work was very popular during this period. Once you recognise his style and works, be sure to keep an eye out on your visits to other properties where his prints and works are often featured and displayed. In the summer house, you'll be able to find 2 of his black and white prints, one of which being of the grounds here at Westbury Court, dating to 1707. It shows the layout and the grounds and how it would have originally looked. As the years passed, the gardens eventually fell into disrepair, and in the early 1960s, developers had even planned to build houses on the land. Fortunately, the local council purchased the land, and in 1967 was given to the National Trust to help restore the gardens to their former glory. A detailed archive created by Maynard Colchester and the original engravings by Johannes Kipp helped in the conservation of the gardens. And as a result, the grounds we see today are very much how they would have looked in the early 18th century. The gardens are a real haven for wildlife. From the robins and the blackbirds dipping in and out of the topiary, to the fish in the canal. This dragonfly certainly seemed taken with me, or my hat at least. Westbury Court Garden is a perfect place to stop off and enjoy a quiet, reflective period. Whether you take a picnic and enjoy a relaxing hour or two taking in the scenery, or just have a short time walking around the canals, orchards and vegetable plots. The gardens are a real surprise gem, a rare example of its kind, and a result of years of dedication and loving care that can now thankfully be enjoyed by visitors for many years to come. If you have liked this video or would like to keep up to date with any other content that I post, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Or please feel free to leave me a comment if you have any suggestions where I should visit in the future. Thank you for watching, and here's to our next trip.